Hello everybody and welcome back to the Gamepodular Twitch channel where we are back for more Hollow Knight Randomizer nonsense. I am, as always, your host Eskra, and joining me, as always, is my co-host Hyoka. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm also doing great. It feels good to have a plan because, we're coming close to the end here. But before we get into that, if you enjoy what we do around here, if you enjoy having a plan or would like advice on a plan, might I recommend you plan on supporting us on patreon.com/gamepodular or via ko-fi.com/gamepodular. Help us keep the lights on around here. Doesn't cost much, I promise. If you want to check out all of our podcasts, you could do it on our website, gamepodular.com, or on youtube.com/@gamepodular. If you want to watch any old episodes of this stream or any of our other streams that we do, because we do stream more than once a week, or if you want to check out any of our highlights, you can go to youtube.com/@gamepodular streams highlights, and that'll do you just fine. But yes, the plan. Yeah. We're in Godhome, which was the very last bit of post-release content to be added. We're going to be doing some boss rushes. I have been practicing the bosses. The silver mark is distinct from the bronze mark. The bronze mark is just fighting the boss as you would in the game itself. Silver mark means you're fighting them in a harder version of the arena, and also they all now do double damage.
I assume there's also a gold mark.
Yes, which is harder version of the arena, and also every hit from them is a one-hit kill.
Gross.
Now, you inquired last time as to, there's a couple things here that seem like we're missing. And, a lot of it is towards the end, which makes sense, because it'll be things we see at the end of their boss rushes. But there's a couple bits along the way, and I told you not to worry about it. I stand by the don't worry about it.
And I stand by the I'm worried about it.
I will say, though, this one we just actually missed. Whoops. So, guess what we're doing later today? But before we do a little bit of the old backtracking to fill in the last little missing bits and pieces, like I said, we're gonna go do a boss rush. So each of these here represents a particular set of bosses. We have the Pantheon of the Master, Pantheon of the Artist, Pantheon of the Sage, and then a thing here behind Lock and Key. And we have options for how we want to fight them. We can't just go in as is, and that means we get, to bring everything we have. Charms, Mask Shards for more health, Soul Fragments for more soul, Nail Upgrades, etc. You can choose to voluntarily forego these things. You can even choose to do it all simultaneously if you want, and you're insane.
Does it have any benefits beyond bragging rights?
It does. Let me show off what that entails. Because we have this mysterious door here.
Yes.
With a bunch of pips around the outside. For every binding you complete on those pantheons, if I get all three of them without nail upgrades, that will be 3 pips. Or if I get, different configurations and combinations, that would all count. But point being, if we can get 8 pips, then this door will open and do something. If we can get 12 pips, it'll do more. And if we can get 16 pips, it will do most. We will get into what that is. Suffice to say, it is worth doing. Now, I'm not going to make everybody watch me go through everything 4 times, don't worry. But we are starting off today with me actually doing one of these, just for the sake of, time efficiency. And I'm going to forego my nail upgrades. It's nothing to give up, but my reasoning is if you forgo your nail upgrades, all that means really is the boss fight takes longer. So if you know how to do the boss fight, it doesn't actually make it harder. Like, if you work with less max health, that means, you know, your margin for error shrinks a lot. If you change around your charms, that can affect a bunch of different things. If you have less soul, it means that, once again, you might not be able to heal as much. But nail, though, like, it sounds intimidating and it sounds important. And, you know, it is, but playing it like this really makes you realize the nail upgrades are nice to have at the end of the day. So, let's go do it. Pantheon of the Master. I will be slightly stronger than I was at the start of the game because I do have the Unbreakable Strength charm equipped, and that still counts.
Nice.
But let's go. Wretch, thou hast ordained thine own destruction. Through sacred combat are we attuned to this kingdom's greatest beings. By entering this gate, thou hast challenged the very gods of this kingdom. Dost thou consider thyself the equal of this pantheon, of its masters? Draw thy weapon then, fool of fools, and be damned for thy arrogance. I mean, I do have the glory of being a fool, so they're on the money.
Behold the fool of fools. It's our first wrestling reference out of the way. It's an interesting time to be a wrestling fan, given what just happened in the world of WWE.
Here we go. I think I know what you're talking about, but also, like, I cannot afford to, you know, just offload too much brain power during these boss fights. So,
yeah.
Also,
I will try to do most of the talking.
well, mostly just, like, you know, enlighten the audience. What has been happening?
So they released a whole bunch of people a couple days ago, and then yesterday, The New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods mutually parted ways with WWE. Word on the dirt sheets is they were asked to renegotiate their deal, and they did not like what was being offered, and so they left.
Honestly, I don't blame them, and I wish them all the best. Like, both of them are great.
And seemingly half the AEW roster has been like, so the New Day, you say?
Let's see. The what's a legally non-infringing name? The Second Dawn.
I saw one this morning that I thought was very funny, and now I can't remember what it was. It was like the Novel 24 or something.
So yeah, as you can see here, the way the boss rushes work is I do get to carry over like my soul and stuff from the last boss fight, but also
Can
that
be a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, like getting to carry over soul is great. Carrying over my health. That could be a dicey proposition.
Yeah. One of my favorite things around, like, times like this where wrestlers get released, which is rarely a good thing. Like, it always sucks when people lose their jobs and releasing. But I just love, like, cryptic social media posts that allude to it before it happens. Like, Humberto and Garza, they made, like, a social media post where they had, like, a a screenshot of the two of them, but it was like fading away like they were Thanos snapped, you know? And I still don't entirely know if they're still employed with the company. I guess we'll find out in the next couple of days. But also, at the same time as the New Day, they also released noted greatest wrestler of all time, Tongaloa, with his trademark quality offense. And Jeff Cobb.
Who is actually genuinely really good, and I wish him all the best as well. Jeff Cobb is great. And now he gets to have a good name again.
The one thing that concerns me about him is he is unfortunately a bit past his prime, and also his departure from New Japan was not the most professional, shall we say. So he doesn't have that really to fall back on.
I don't see why AEW wouldn't be an option.
They have used him before, like twice, I think.
Maybe thrice? Usually just as like a New Japan collab, but yeah.
There was that one time where he was like a mercenary who was being brought in by Chris Jericho to fight Jon Moxley. And then later it was like as part of United Empire.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, here we have a nice little hot spring. You get, like, for these Pantheons, you get, like, one break in between. So you have a bench that you can swap out your charms. You have a hot spring to top up on health and soul. And I'm just going to get this out of the way now because I don't think we'll see it this episode. This wall right here, right now I cannot get through. If we make it to 8 pips, this wall will break.
Okay.
Behind it is a lifeblood cocoon that's going to give us a little bit of bonus health going into the next fight.
Exciting.
We're going to start with 2. If we get 4 more blue pips after that, it will go up to 3. And if we get 4 more blue pips after that, it'll go up to 4. So that's not nothing. That's
okay.
A pretty nice little margin for error, as I say, going into this. And I really like it as a system because it means you have a bunch of different ways of giving yourself a little bit of an edge, and also, of course, it, sort of paves the way forward. Like, anything you can get done, like, let's say we get to the 3rd Pantheon, and I would actually really struggle with it. Like, I can't actually make it through. The first 2 Pantheons alone can get you enough pips to give you that little bit of an extra edge. So, the game tries its best to, like, give you a hand if you need it.
I'm trying to remember the last game I played that had a boss rush like this. And it might have been Kirby in the Forgotten Land. Which does have a boss rush, which has, at the end, the true final boss of the game. And it structures it a bit differently. I think there's a room in the arena that has, like, a bunch of healing items and, like, 2 copy abilities, I think. And you get access to you get sent back to the room every 3 or 4 fights. But the healing items, like, carry over. So anything you use in the first try is also gone in the second time you go to the room.
Right.
The true to form of Kirby games, the actual real final boss of that game is really hard. So I found, I don't want to say like a broken strategy, but something that was just very helpful is, like in Hollow Knight, one of your abilities, the fully upgraded sword, has like a sword beam attack when you're at full health. And there's a food item that you can equip and like use as a consumable that increases your maximum health by another bar. But for the purposes of the sword beam, that entire second bar counts as having full health. So if you're at like 1 1/3 bars, you still have full health.
Yeah,
technically.
The beam only cares about, like, is your health 100% or greater? And technically, yes.
Yeah. And so that's a great way to get a lot of extra damage during the final boss fights. Because, like, you drink one of the items before you go into the boss rush, and then you bring another one with you to eat during the fight, in case your health ever goes, like, low. Because it, like, increases your max health and heals you full. And, like, I'm pretty good at that game at this point, but that is the only way I managed to beat that boss.
Remember this guy? He was like episode 3 of the stream.
Gonna level with you? I do not. A lot has happened since then.
The world has changed.
It really has, though.
We were so much younger then.
I do appreciate that, like, locking your nail doesn't seem to have affected your spells.
Yep. Correct. Like, when it says it locks out the nail upgrades, it just moves the nail upgrades, which I'm very grateful for. Alright. Why has that crept into this pantheon, Omega One? Says the God Seeker. Good name. I like his, like, pharaoh hat? I don't know what you call that, but, like, that's not a turban. That's like a thing a pharaoh would wear, I think.
Yeah.
The noise of thine wriggling creates much discord, drowning out the godly resonances we attune ourselves to. Dost thou mean to thwart our secret goal? Dost envy drive thou to such madness? Not envy, just bragging rights. We pray that the gods of this kingdom punish thee, obliterate thee, utterly destroy thee. I don't know why I'm doing this in, like, a not quite Palpatine voice. It just seems to fit this guy, you know?
Nemesis is apparently what those pharaoh hats are called.
O gods of Hellenis, show us your might. We shall attune ourselves to thee and ascend ever higher. Oh, hey, bud.
Yes,
I'm always thinking about, like, ooh, what are some games that would be fun to play on?
Let's
stream?
go.
Yeah, that pause was very telling. And, like, honestly, I know we've played a little bit of Kirby and the Forgotten Land just because tech issues during one stream. But honestly, like, I would be super down to play, like, a full playthrough of that game. I've only done it twice so far, so I'm pretty sure I could get it done in a reasonable amount of time by now. I think it's fights like this where you really start to feel the fact that you have an unappointed man.
Yeah, we're doing okay. There it is.
Nice.
Missed you towards the end of the night light, but here we go. Not bad.
Nicely
Not
done.
bad. Watch out. Alright, let me briefly adjust my charms, because I was thinking we could sort of alternate between, like, backtracking stuff and pantheons. Because there is some stuff in the backtracking that's worth doing. That's not just me being like, ooh, I want to get to 100%, because, by way of example, there is a mask shard still out there somewhere.
Yes.
And I wouldn't mind having it, because if you look carefully right now, I have 10 HP. There are bosses that do double damage.
Yeah.
So getting that 1 extra health actually means I go from, like, being able to take 5 hits to 6. That's not insignificant. And of course, even just for regular 1 damage bosses, every bit helps.
Yeah.
And we know, of course, that we can get another charm notch if we can get all of the rancid eggs.
Yeah, and there's still one boss in the normal world that you haven't fought yet.
Among other things, yeah. So, let's go do some of that. But before we do, let's check in on this guy. The one who was actually in the coffin. Hello. Land. To God.
Not doing so hot.
Alright, that's just me getting in again, of course, yeah. Yeah, he was... I mean, he's awake now. That is progress. But yeah, I have thought very carefully about what is actually left for us to do. And with a bit of luck, we're just going to get all of it today. So, let's start by doing that boss. I don't blame myself for really missing this, because this only actually became available fairly recently. Because this is a boss we literally could not fight until we had the lantern. And once we got the lantern, we had other bigger things we could do with the lantern.
Yeah.
Feels nice to have a fully upgraded nail again.
Stone Sanctuary sounds like a magic card, right?
It really does, yeah. Yeah, hey there, friendo.
Some sort of colorless utility land.
Oh, their name is No Eyes. My child, can you still see? Please don't hurt me. Can't sleep with your eyes open, little one. Can't dream if you're still breathing, little one.
I disagree.
Precious children, you speak such loathsome things as you sleep. Your claws scratch and scrape. Precious children, the monsters come for us in the dark. Will you sing for me? Look, cards on the table. I've beaten this game like 14 times. I've never been able to piece together exactly what No Eyes' deal is. I just know that bad stuff went down, and the rest is left up very much to interpretation, which is okay. You know, like, very minor sideshow character. It's okay if we don't have a full fleshed out backstory. Let's go.
I actually watched an episode of television, like yesterday, that has to do with the concept of no eyes. I was watching an episode of Killjoys, and they went to a planet where there were people who...
Really? Wow. More TV should try, like, bold ideas like that.
But it was a planet where, like, there was very strong radiation coming from frequent solar flares. Mm-hmm. And so too much exposure would destroy your eyes and then the rest of you. And so they live underground, and there's only one person among them who can still see.
One by one, their eyes closed at last. I felt it, a warm stillness falling over us. I'm sorry I was frightened of you. You were always protecting us, even when we couldn't see you. Take us there, please. A place where light cannot haunt us. A place without dreams, please. In the context of the infection spreading through Hellnest, a place where the light cannot haunt us is interesting phrasing, let's just say. So, okay, we got a rancid egg. That's good. That's progress towards that charm notch.
Yeah, we still need 3?
Yes.
Because it's 12?
Yeah.
I do really like the subversion of, I guess, the standard sort of narrative thing of corruption and infection being portrayed by darkness. I really like that it's light in this game.
Which in the context of bugs is very true, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Right, yes, okay. Now, we got here through the lantern, which we famously did not have for a lot of this run, of course. Which meant, of course, we had to do a lot of Deepnest sans lantern. I am pleased to report we are not done with Deepnest yet.
Pleased is certainly a word to use in that situation.
Of all the words, that's certainly one of them. Yeah, there are actually 2 things left in Deepnest. One of which, like, I did actually have in the back of my head as a thing to do, like, 7 streams ago. But back then, we didn't have the lantern, and navigating this place was kind of hellish. So I was just like, we found other things to do. It's okay if I come back to this later. But yeah, Actually, yeah, there's 2 places, aren't there? Yeah, there are. So I should do the other one. Yeah, I should do the other one first, because that's closer. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be over in the Beast's Den. Yeah. Here we go, just load her up.
I'm poking through the Hollow Knight wiki to see, like, more on No Eyes. No Eyes was one of the bosses designed by one of the Kickstarter backers.
That makes sense. Like, a lot of vibes, but not a lot of detail. Also looks like we have a bot we might want to squash.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I can't immediately remember how to do it.
Hey there, big guy. Remember when big guys were like a real threat?
Yeah, I mean, it helps that we can see them now.
I almost feel dirty doing that, just sort of setting off a landmine underneath him. But for how many times they killed us, I actually don't feel guilty.
Is this literally, like, off screen? Is that what this is doing? Oh my god, it was just off screen. So, I couldn't access the, like, ban and report, stuff because I hadn't interacted with the cookies bar at the top of the screen, so it was literally off my monitor. I couldn't.
Cool technology.
Yeah.
Just waiting. I know you're here. Don't you hide. There we go. All right. And if I'm remembering correctly, yep, that's it. What's the? I should probably just use a spell to break through that, because yeah, that wall is sort of slightly sloped, so I can't pogo off of it or anything. There we go.
It's another word I'm gonna have to ban.
Mask shard! Heck yeah!
Hell yeah!
For bargain need. Alright, that's one down, one to go. And then the other one... Yeah, that'll be over there, which, yeah, failed tramway is nice and close to that. Alright, so I will say, once you actually have the lantern, there is kind of a prettiness to Deep Nest.
Yeah.
Like,
once you can see it.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's not my favorite area in the game, but it's actually, like, it's very effective at what it does. My one real note on it is just, it's loud in certain places.
Yeah. I'm also a big fan of bioluminescent, like, fungi and plants.
Mm-hmm.
I just love the way it looks. It's a really cool, like, bit of... I mean, they obviously exist in real life, too, but it exists a lot more in fantasy and sci-fi.
Alright, I'm 99% sure it's somewhere around here. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one that I, like, had vaguely remembered at the time, but couldn't bring myself to try and do. Here we go.
Yeah, because without the lantern, it's not exactly gonna, like, reveal the thing for you. Oh, man.
There's only, like, 5 checks left in the game. I'm impressed we found one that's genuinely useless.
Yeah.
Cross that off the list. Right, there's... yeah. Next stop is, weirdly kind of close by. Shush. Yeah, it's, just gotta get over to the left. Whoop. And then we go up.
In the box to the left. The classic Beyonce song that I definitely remember the title of.
I'm bailing you out. You sit there and squirm.
Look, I was talking about this yesterday with Scott. Yesterday? Yes, today is Sunday, and therefore we streamed yesterday with Scott as well. Like, I've never really had much of a connection to popular music, so I sort of only know what I gather through osmosis and Todd in the Shadows videos. Like,
Todd is part of the greater osmosis sphere. Don't mind us, because we are in Queen's Gardens, which is exactly where I want to be. Here we go. this is one we had also missed, because, like, we found this, and we're like, oh, we can't swim in acid yet.
Yeah. But now we can.
Mm-hmm.
And for legal reasons, I have no strong feelings about Beyonce in any direction. Please do not kill me, Beehive.
Quick focus. Heck yeah.
Ooh. Seems good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That is our penultimate charm. Yeah. Increases the speed of focusing soul, allows the bearer to heal damage faster.
Wasn't there also a charm that, like, you do it slower, but it heals more?
Correct. And before you ask, yes, you can equip both of those at the same time.
I feel like I have found a combination.
Mm-hmm.
A combo, if you will.
One that is genuinely rather powerful, and they're, like... Honestly, the places where I would recommend that the most is if you've made it sort of far enough into the game that you can equip both of those at the same time, but you haven't managed to beat the Colosseum yet. The Colosseum is a good place for that. For individual boss fights, I would probably actually recommend just... I'm trying to think of how to say this without using the phrase "get good." If you are losing so much health that you need to heal quickly and doubly, you can probably resolve that problem more effectively by studying the patterns and the timing of the bosses better. There's a great place to practice those in Godhome, because yeah. All right, let's see if I need to remember to cross that off the list. So. Whoop.
My quote-unquote galaxy brain build that I did in Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown was I had one... I don't know what they were. I don't remember what they were called. Let's call them charms, because that's functionally what they are. One charm that's like you recover health every time you deal damage to an enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And another charm that increases your attack power if you're at full health.
I'm sorry, run that second part by me one more time.
It increases the damage you do with your attacks when you're at full health.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. Yeah, it's a great just don't get hit strategy, which very very.
And if you do get hit,
useful advice.
You can come back from it easier.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
At this point, I think I should just stream this game, because I've only brought it up 75% of the streams we've done of Hollow Knight.
Look, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you what to do, except for the part where I am sitting here and I'm gonna tell you, yeah, go do that.
Game's a banger.
Certified banger. All right. Now, that last one we had missed on account of a lack of access to, our inability, I should say, to traverse acid. Same is true for this next one. Boing, boing, boing. Ah, this old shaft. We've mostly been here for, flower-related reasons. But,
yeah, I knew I recognized it.
Mm-hmm. But then there's also this part. This part we could not proceed through without acid swimming.
Right, they explode. I love how, big the explosions are in this game.
Yep.
I'm watching the Steam trailer for Prince of Persia. Getting the itch again. I already own it. I have it on Switch. But those of you who listened to the End Focus episode where I reviewed it will recall that the Switch port was not amazing. And so if I are going to stream it, I should probably buy it on PC. That being said, I should test out if the Switch 2...
Long name.
Ooh.
We now have...
That's our last charm.
Yep. Every single charm in the game. And speaking of charms, that's also our next couple stops. Let me check this off the list here. Because... we have... Like... You remember how I said how we had a bit of confusion of like, we've beaten Nightmare King Grimm, but for some reason that's repeatable. Like,
Yeah.
I could go back and do that again now. I realized why that is. Because we've gotten all 10 Grimkin Flames, which is, you know, that's how you are able to fight him, of course. But we did not actually fight all of the Grimkin enemies that would give you those flames in a normal, non-randomized run. We found those flames off of other things. So, it's time to bring back an old friend. Our boy! Did we end up naming him?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Well, last chance. Think of a name.
Grimly.
Honestly, I like it. Hey, Grimly. Grimly.
Like what from the AJJ song, A Big Day for Grimly.
You okay there, Grimly? He's okay.
Update, the PC version of Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown has De Nouveau on it. Don't love that.
Sure don't.
I guess I'm seeing if, like, it runs better on Switch 2. I don't believe it got, like, you know, a Switch 2, like, upgrade.
Version? But yeah.
But, like, the you know, the better hardware will probably make it run better, if nothing else.
Yeah. By my count, there are still 3 Grimkin like enemies that we haven't actually killed yet, so that's 3 more checks off of them. Because yeah, we fought 6, and then there's a 7th flame you can get from like Grimm's circus master, as it were. Those we've gotten, but yeah, there's 3 that eluded us so far. Because yeah, this is in the Hive, of course, and we did like the entire Hive in a single episode, if memory serves. And I wasn't gonna like change around my charm loadout just to get Grimly in here.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I do now have A Big Day for Grimly stuck in my head, which is a very good song, but tonally not really compatible with what's going on at the moment. My one concern with streaming Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is that would make like
A grove.
3 Metroidvanias we've streamed in a row. Like between this, Iconoclasts, and then Prince of Persia.
Yeah, we'll need some sort of palate cleanser in there. All right, we got a grub. And I could be wrong about this, but I think that's our last grub.
I think we only had 1 left, yeah.
So, while we're here...
And also, You know what the people demand as a palate cleanser? And I'm speaking for all the people here, of course.
All people everywhere.
Yes. People demand more Bionicle heroes.
They do. There are dozens of you. Dozens!
Yeah. Oh no, wait. Still see a hole.
Same here.
The hole was there last time, right? Right?
I thought so as well, yeah. Like, I thought we had checked
Misremember?
this. Maybe if we, like, pop in and out, it'll...
Or maybe there was one, like, in the background that we hadn't,
That seems, yeah, possible as well. Alright, yeah, let me cross the hive off the list. Yeah, we got 2 more. To Ancient Basin we go.
Also, there's man, I really want to play that new Castlevania game that was announced at the III showcase. Oh, that game looks so fun.
Castlevania Jean Dark Demon.
Sorry, now I'm just thinking of the phrase Jean Dark Souls.
Bonjour,
And it
je
is-
m'appelle Jean Dark Souls.
What if what if Sandfall Entertainment made Dark Souls? Is that game coming out again?
This year is, I think, as specific as we got, 2026.
Man, play it. It's interesting the games Steam decides to compare it to. Like, it's not similar to any of the, Metroidvania games I've played on Switch on Steam. No, it's similar to Assassin's Creed Shadows and Eternal Strands.
How many
Oh, another
Metroidvanias?
useless check.
Yeah, how many Metroidvanias have you played on Steam specifically? Because some of them might be on like other platforms.
Right off the top of my head, Hollow Knight, Guacamelee. There was technically that Powerpuff Girls game that was the Metroidvania. Powerpuff Girls Defenders of Townsville, I think it was called. Why do I own this game? I couldn't tell you, but I do, and I finished it.
All right, let's try and get out of Mantis Village without Grimly. Damn it, Grimly! Yeah, it was like us and the Mantises have a truce.
Yeah.
Grimly is a war criminal, however, and will gladly break that truce. Like, has no regard for keeping the peace. Right, yeah, of course, I don't have my compass at the moment because I have Grimly. But that's okay. We're here. Because we just need to get to Bangalore.
No, this is. I think Mercenary Kings is a roguelike? No.
Yeah, like, I want to cut Steam a tiny bit of slack with that, because, like, the game isn't out yet, so I don't actually know what data they are working from to do the comparison.
Suppose that's fair.
But that being said, the fact that it is comparing it to Assassin's Creed instead of, any other actual Metroidvania is a bit That's either indicative that you have played a problematic amount of Assassin's Creed, or it means the algorithm could use some work, or both.
I mean, by most people's standards, I have played a problematic amount of Assassin's Creed just in general, but of Shadows, I've only played like 8 hours. And to be honest, like most of the Assassin's Creed, like in terms of hours, that I've played has not been on PC. There we go.
46. Is that the last one? You would think the number would be 50. I don't actually have confirmation on that. I don't actually know what the total tally is.
Oh yeah, and obviously Iconoclasts is also a Metroidvania. That's pretty easily mentioned. That game's a real good game, by the way.
Hiya!
It's Zaya!
Right, this is where he would normally give us the reward for getting all 50. But the rewards you get for this are, randomized as part of the randomizer, so I guess in this case he gives us nothing. Fair enough. Just double checking that. Alright. Now that we have done all of the Grimkin stuff, I do want to do one last check-in on Grim himself. I'm not sure if we would get another check out of him, but at the very least, killing him should now be a definitive.
We got about 6 minutes left before the break. Mm-hmm. I think you can beat Grim in that amount of time, don't you?
I mean,
I've only done it twice in this playthrough alone.
Mm-hmm. Not counting the off-camera, let's do the practice version against him where he deals double damage. Which, fun fact, Nightmare King Grim normally already does double damage. So yes, that does stack. He does quad.
Gross.
If I had over-charmed myself, it would have gone up to octuple damage, fun fact.
That's very funny.
Mm-hmm.
That is how math works.
I love this entrance so much.
Very Finn Balor with the heartbeat.
Right, there's a little bit of a...
I think I talked about this the last time we talked about this one, but 3D Circus is just such a classic archetype, you know? Immediately reminded of an episode of Grimm, ha ha ha, it's even spelled the same, 2 M's. Where, like a Vesson circus. Vesson are the creature. Hang on, I might be hallucinating that actually.
Yuka might be having an episode. Please stand by.
Did that actually happen? Oh my god. Now I don't know anymore. Because I seen, I know Bones had they have to go undercover in the circus episode. Supernatural definitely did. There was a grim episode with Lucha Libre featuring who else but Chavo Guerrero. He seems to be sort of like the go-to, like, hey, we're doing a special episode about pro wrestling guy in Hollywood.
There's worse niches to have.
Yeah. Remember when he was in AEW for like 5 months?
No. I genuinely don't.
He was like doing stuff with Andrade, I think. It might have been less than 5 months, actually. July 2021. And he was gone by September.
Alright, so that's 3 months. Also, were we already watching by July 2021?
Yeah. We had like just started. Oh, and then he came back to in 2022 to Ring of Honor for a one-off.
Alright. At this point, it should be done for good. Right? Question mark? This guy. This guy. I gotta
Maybe
work
he just
with this
really
guy.
likes fighting.
Alright, Son Goku. Anyway. I would say we had a very productive first hour. We did a Pantheon. We did a good amount of our backtracking. Some of which made sense, some of which did not. But hey, we got there. Grimly can retire now. You know, to a nice farm upstate. And we are going to be back in just a few minutes, because it's been 1 hour. We're going to do a quick little stretch, a little hydration. We recommend you do the same. I hear it's good for you. You know, citation needed, but I hear it's good for you. And yeah, we'll be back in just a few minutes. Take care. Don't go anywhere. And we are back, everybody, for more Hollow Knight nonsense. TM, registered trademark. I can think of like only one thing left to check here, which is interesting because we know we're missing 3 things. Like, by all rights, there ought to be 3 more rancid eggs somewhere out there in the world.
Yes.
But, you know, I can think of 1 maybe check left, and that's it. So it's possible that that final charm notch is just going to elude us. Although I suppose we can go and check over with GG to see if that number is still accurate. Hey, GG.
Really? Pomamututa?
What?
That's not the number it used to be. Unless we,
It's not.
Unless we both imagined an additional 1. Like, did we?
Unless we gaslit ourselves. Like, what the hell? No. No way it was 2. We have footage. I can go back in the footage.
Thanks, GG. Dynamic pricing, huh?
Finally working in our favor.
All right. we're going to go and do another Pantheon now. And
So what are the rest of the rancid eggs for, then?
Well, the randomizer isn't required to make you like, hand out rewards at literally every single one. It can, if you get unlucky, but, like, it's allowed to decide for itself, at what tiers they should be. So there would be leftovers, and, like, normally in the game, what you use the rancid eggs for is you give them to Gigi, and if you died, but you cannot get your ghosty back for some reason,
Right, yes.
she will reset it for you. Which, normally speaking, shouldn't really come up. Like, there aren't a lot of... Like, the game is normally quite generous with, like, even in something like a boss arena, you actually have to walk quite a ways into a boss arena for, like, the door to lock and the boss fight to start. And your ghosty will see you and attack you before that happens, so you can, like, just kite it a tiny little bit and then kill it, and you're fine. So,
Yeah.
GG is a courtesy, and also sort of like a safety net in case that, like, a bug were to ever be... In case a glitch were to ever happen, and they, like, create a scenario where your ghosty would be unretrievable.
Yeah.
But anyway, let me check my charm loadout. Right, we do now have an extra slot. And that is worth actually considering for just a sec as to what I want to do with that. I do like Nailmaster's Glory a lot. I really want to keep that. Grub Song we could replace with either Spell Twister or Soul Catcher. I'm gonna go with Soul Catcher. Soul Catcher is more universally useful. So yeah, pretty good loadout here. Unbreakable Strength, Mark of Pride, Unbreakable Heart, Nailmaster's Glory, Soul Catcher. I dig it. Let's go do another Pantheon. Oh, and you can see here, one of these 3 round icons is now lit up. Once all 3 are, mayhaps something will happen. Pantheon of the Artist. Yes. Once again, I'm gonna go with the nail binding. Let's go. Thou most ungrateful of blemishes! The gods in their great mercy allow thee to escape their first pantheon alive, yet still thee think to test thyself against their might? Doom thyself then, that we may resume our focus and ascend our minds ever higher. Hey, Zero.
So, we're not going for the default ending.
No. Although we might see one, depending on how things shake out.
That is what I was going to ask, like, because, I mean, I'm, like, semi-familiar with this game, and we've, you know, said that spoilers don't matter because it's a story-based stream. Like, because at the end of this is the big moth, right?
I mean, this guy looks pretty moth-like.
But, like, does this ending actually involve you fighting the Hollow Knight? Like, the actual Hollow Knight? Like, outside of the boss rushes?
See, the fun thing is, I can't remember if we do. We will find out before the end of the stream. And if it turns out that we do need to fight him, you know, the normal way before he becomes part of these rushes, then that's just how we're going to end today's stream.
Whenever I see this, the phrase Crystal Guardian, I always think of Mantis. Disney movie.
Atlantis Lost Empire, yeah.
And its significantly worse sequel, Atlantis Miles Return.
We don't. Yeah, I have a soft spot for Atlantis Lost Empire. It was part of a very short-lived, weird little era in Disney where they were like, it's basically part of an unofficial duology with Treasure Planet.
Yeah. Sort of the last two, like, hey, remember, we're still doing 2D animation.
They did do like one or two more after that, but it was well, actually I think more than that even still. It was just they were kind of lost after the Renaissance had ended. They were like, what do we actually want to do? Well, I say they're lost. In the case of Treasure Planet, I know why they did it. It's because the guys who did the Renaissance had been promised several times over, just get us like 3 blockbuster hits and you can do Treasure Planet. And that was actually a promise originally made to them by Jeffrey Katzenberg, Petty Asshole, to use his full name.
Yeah.
And by the time they sort of cashed in on that promise, Jeffrey Katzenberg had already left Disney. But to Disney's slight credit, they did actually uphold that promise.
Yeah.
And, you know, I adore Treasure Planet. A lot of people I know adore Treasure Planet. You can't say Disney was wrong about being apprehensive, because demonstrably the box office did not pan out the way they wanted to.
So looking at the timeline, Treasure Planet was the second to last 2D animated movie. I mean, it was partially 3D for some of the ships and effects and stuff, but it was primarily 2D animated. Yeah. And the last one was Brother Bear, and then we went to everybody's favorite. Wait, no, was this? I think this one was still 2D animation actually.
Yep, I was gonna say, because like, if you think Brother Bear's the last one, I have bad news. There's a Winnie the Pooh movie that's really good and you've never seen because nobody went to see that one.
Oh, I was looking at Home on the Range.
No, that was a 3D.
Was it?
Yep. If I'm not misremembering.
I think I watched the movie on DVD. Nope, this is a 2D movie.
Huh, fair enough. I was probably thinking of, God, what is it called again? Over the Hedge?
Oh yeah, Over the Hedge. Yeah, that one's also fun.
Yeah, I'm semi-confident that Winnie the Pooh movie is actually like the last theatrically released 2D animated Disney movie.
Oh yeah, this one's way later. Oh yeah, Ralph Breaks the Internet.
I never saw it.
Neither did I.
And like, I've no ill will towards Wreck-It Ralph. I thought it was a decent movie. Not amazing.
Yeah.
Decent.
It's a fun movie. But it definitely didn't need a sequel.
It's funny how, like, Disney has, like... Because, like, sequel used to be a rather dirty word for Disney. They, like, famously did not do theatrical sequels. Like, if you... The phrase Disney sequel for a very long time meant direct-to-video.
Yeah.
And nowadays, they're all just in on, you know...
Recognizable IP! I
will say, I'm trying to think. Not counting Cars, because I think that started under Pixar before Pixar got bought up at Disney. Has Disney done, like, animated, theatrically released trilogies? Like, I don't think they've done, like, a Frozen 3 or anything like that, right?
Frozen 3 is in production.
But also, I just realized, we're up to, like, at least 5 Toy Story movies now, and the last 3 of those were after Disney bought it, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at specifically the list of Walt Disney Animation Studios films. As separate from Pixar. Because of that studio, Frozen 3 will be the third one.
Yeah. Also,
honestly, I don't even think I'm going to watch Frozen 3.
I haven't even watched Frozen 2, and I genuinely rather like Frozen 1.
Frozen 2 is so incredibly mid. Like,
I believe it.
I watched it in theaters. It was fine. Like, the one song that most people like from that movie is like my least favorite song in the movie. So maybe my opinions on it do not entirely match up with everyone else's. But there's a very... in a similar vein as Brave, which is a movie I really like, but there's a very telling clip from like a behind-the-scenes documentary of Frozen 2, where there's an animator talking like, we have entire fully rendered, fully animated sequences complete. We don't know what the movie's about yet, and you can really tell when you watch it.
Yeah. That's not just a Disney thing. That's how a lot of movies get made nowadays. Especially, like, this is something that Marvel has, I would say, been accused of. They've admitted to it. Like, you know, the entire third act of Avengers Endgame was, like, pre-viz animated and envisioned before they, like, finished the script. They're like, we know we want this big battle. Go write us a movie where we can have the big battle.
Easy boss fight through Big Ones.
Genuinely, actually, I'm a little surprised he wasn't in the first Pantheon.
It's a breather. Release of tension. Frozen 1 is one of the few movies I've seen in theater more than once. I think I saw it 3 times.
I think I saw it actually also 3 times. For me, it was sort of like, I saw it as a way to cheer myself up. The first time I saw it as a way to cheer myself up after getting some bad news, and, you know, not hot take, Frozen 1 is actually a pretty good movie, so
Yeah.
it did the job very nicely, so I was very fond of it, and so I saw it 2 more times. Will the gods not relieve us of this troublesome speck? How it tests us, seeing this worm raise its filthy weapon to the gods. Thou hast luck beyond luck, O speck. It's a good title, Speck. The gods of this pantheon, for purpose beyond our understanding, allow you amongst them. Truly, the divine punishment they must be planning for you will be beyond all reckoning. Prepare thyself, prepare thyself! I like how his tone is starting to get a little bit like, oh, you're definitely gonna get your comeuppance now. You're in you don't even know how much trouble you're in. There's not a word for it.
To me, it's more just like cope. Just like, oh, you just got lucky. You have luck beyond luck. Now the real challenge, that's where you're going to get your butt kicked. Yeah.
Hey, bud. Yes. It is the pantheon of the artist, after all.
There's only a couple movies I've seen in theaters more than once, and there's 1 or 2 embarrassing ones in there. Like, I've seen Frozen more than once, I've seen Pacific Rim more than once, I saw The Man from U.N.C.L.E. No, more than once is correct. I saw it 1.5 times.
I was there for the one. What was the half?
Yeah. The fire alarm went off and we had to evacuate the building. And then they didn't play the rest of the movie, so we just went home.
Did you get a refund? That feels actionable. Like, it's not their fault. Like, they were correct to interrupt the screening and, like, send everybody home. Well, not home, but, like, get everybody out of there. Like, yes, that should be what happens when the fire alarm goes off. But once it's all clear, either resume the screening or, like, give people a refund. Like, people paid for a service and you did not provide that service. But I digress.
And I saw World War Z in theaters twice.
Why?
That's the embarrassing one. I watched it with different people.
Correct. In a different time in your life.
No, like I the first time I saw it, I watched it with somebody, and then the next time I watched it with somebody different. I saw Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves twice. God, I love that movie. Barbie, I watched twice.
Don't mind me, keep talking.
No, I'm thinking that might be it, actually. Yeah, I think that's it.
Let's check in on our friend here. Okay, he looks like he's doing a little better. Creeper, did he wake us?
We're not playing
Revived
Minecraft.
this kingdom. These gods tuned and bested gleaming in mind, bright, sharp. And this, a form swells. Look, it's called puberty. It happens large, immense, majestic. Hibernation so long forced upon us, yet the shell that results is strong. So strong. Thine gaze is adoring, ye must think us godly. Amusing. Foolish. But thou art faced with enormity and beauty, true. Enormity and beauty, if I say yes, can I walk away from this conversation? Let's see. Right, yes. We're popping out of the Pantheons again because there is one more great labor that we need to do outside of Godhome. Hey, okay?
That's me.
How do you feel about flowers?
There was another one, wasn't there? Right, we talked about this last episode.
Yep. We have to deliver a flower to our boy down there, the Godseeker. And I wanted to make sure he was actually, like, conscious and responsive before we do that. So, okay. Alright. Actually, no, I gotta remember the right order to do this. This is where we would start with the delivery. But I don't want to start with the delivery. I want to clear out the enemies first on my way here, and then bring it back in a mostly empty path. So,
Yes.
starting with our boy. Let's see.
Oh my god. Thanks, Brain. I just thought of something deeply cursed.
Yeah.
So, you're familiar with the film Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
If that movie had come out, like, let's say 12 years earlier, there would definitely be, like, 5 song parodies on YouTube by the end of the week. Mashing it up with Gangnam Style, Oppenheimer Style. There it is. Yeah, there it is. I said it was deeply cursed.
I do not miss that era of pop culture, I'm not gonna lie. Oh hey, our maggot friend got out and took a look. Glow, glow, strange thing lurking, waiting, glow. Monstrous, too scary, glow. Go away, glow, glow. You tell him, bud.
There was one YouTube channel who did like just like channel awesome like production level of song parodies like every week. The Key of Awesome, I think they were called. Don't ask me how I remember this.
I mean, I'm taking it at face value that you're like what you're saying is true. Like, I believe it, but also like I've never heard of them. To be fair, it sounds like the kind of thing I would avoid with every fiber of my being. So okay, shortcut out of the waterways into City of Tears. That's correct, because yeah, trying to get through here, bad idea. There's a lot of danger here, including some stuff that I'm pretty sure does respawn. So yeah, this is a more neat and clean way of doing it.
Speaking of weird YouTube musicians, did you know that epic rap battles of history are still going?
I mean, what else are they gonna do?
Yeah, that is also what I was thinking.
Like, it's like pointing out that Doug Walker is still doing his thing. Like, you'd ask why, and it's like, who would hire him to do anything else?
Yeah. Also, like, obviously, Doug Walker was at the time pretty big for an internet celebrity,
yeah.
But he never achieved any level of mainstream fame. So, like, imagine he, like, just gets a job, like, I don't know, cashier at a grocery store. Do you really want to be, like, the one person who goes to Trader Joe's in Chicago and be like, is that Doug Walker bagging my groceries? Like, what's going on?
Ah, yes, the old running into the TNA Knockouts champion while you're at Sunglasses Hut.
Yeah.
Alright, let's think here. This is a good route so far, but now we sort of have like a split where I need to think of how to get there. Because, yeah, we need to get to right here in Queen's Gardens. So that's looking like either get there through Fog Canyon or get there through the fungal wastes like this. It's looking like fastest would be here, yeah, through fungal waste, because it's a fairly clean line as opposed to like actually fairly big loop.
Yeah.
All right.
Or you go to a Shoney's in
Akron, Georgia.
Minnesota, Akron, Georgia. You hear yelling from the kitchen about genetic freaks and big bad booty daddies.
These hoagies ain't good for it. They got too much cholesterol. You know why? Because they're fat! I apologize if that blew out the mic.
Oh, we'll find out on the recording. I'm just going to look at the audio waveform and be like, huh, what happened here?
Yeah. For those not in the know, beloved / endured pro wrestler Scott Steiner briefly worked behind the counter at a Shoney's in Akron, Georgia.
Like, he owned it, didn't he?
I don't think he... I mean, it's a franchise, so I don't think he would have owned it.
Well, yeah, he owned that location of the
Or,
franchise.
yeah, or was like the manager or something, yeah. I think he eventually finagled his way back into wrestling. Or just decided he didn't like the job. But yeah. For a brief window of time, like, you might have been served, like, fast food by the big bad booty daddy himself.
I don't even know what a Shoney's is. Like, America has so many of these chains that I'm just supposed to accept exist. And, like...
It is frankly preposterous that we are expected to believe Dave & Buster's is a real place.
Yeah. Or, like...
Ooh, I can show this off right now, because I've got the sports room thing equipped just to be on the safe side. And little places like this have unique lore and stuff, specifically for if you have that equipped. This border bounds the twisting, scratching things. Their dead sire, once of honored caste, their sealed mother, but the common beast. No peace with them we make.
You can tell this game was made by Australians by how they spelled honored. Could have been, like, British or Canadian as well, you know, but Commonwealth, definitely. Or, like, the one that always gets me is... I like me a Dairy Queen Blizzard. I've been to a Dairy Queen before.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know they also sell burgers.
I mean,
like,
it can't always be ice cream time.
That's quitter talk, and you know it.
I'm just saying, they're not good for your waistline. They're full of fat.
And I'll give Dairy Queen this. If there's anything I know about Americans is that they love them a good burger, and Americans make some damn good burgers. I will give America credit for that. But what's burgers doing at an ice cream? Also, Orange Julius is not a real restaurant. I mean, it is. I mean, it isn't anymore. I think they got, like, bought by Dairy Queen and then merged into it. But there was, for a while at least, a chain called Orange Julius.
I prefer Orange Justinian. You know, it's a little later on, but, you know, it's more successful, like...
Orange Caligula? I think that's just Donald Trump, right?
Pretty much. Hey-o. Do I want to go this way? I think I do. Yeah. Like, I know it is a route that will get me where I'm going, but I'm just trying to assess, like, whether it is the safer route.
Ah.
Yes.
Orange Julius used to exist in the Netherlands.
Well, of course. Like, we're the most orange country in the world, Yuka. It's, you know, brand integration. Come on.
Yeah. They had one location in Amsterdam and one location in Utrecht, but they were gone by the mid-70s. Yeah, they were owned. Orange Julius was bought by Dairy Queen in 1987, which was then subsequently purchased by Warren Buffett in 98, making it a wholly owned subsidiary of Berkshire Hathaway. And the independent Orange Julius stores were rebranded into Dairy Queens. There we go. And then Orange Julius, the drink, is a menu item available at Dairy Queen stores called Treat Centers. Thanks, Wikipedia. Oh, what did I see recently? It was on the, one of the Loading Ready Run stream highlights. It was like, it's Gruncher time at the Wawa or something.
Yuka's having another episode, everybody. You know, stay, you know, stay put. It'll pass.
The hell are these things called?
Okay. We have our flower. And we've done our best to clear out as many enemies and hazards on our way back. So yeah, now we just go back the way we came. I know you can also deliver a flower to Elderbug up in Dartmouth, and I think you can also deliver one to your mom in Queen's Gardens, but I would need to double check that. Which is a nice gesture. Like, how many games let you deliver a flower to your mom?
Remember in Pokemon, like, Gold, Silver, and Crystal, you could just call your mom and she would, like, put aside some money for you?
Yeah, or rather, you could set it up so that you could either keep 100% of the earnings of your battles, or you could choose to send some of it to mom, and it would just be like sort of a savings account, and then whenever you needed money, you could be like, hey mom, could you send me some of the stuff?
Yeah, and, like, you didn't lose it if you lost a battle? I really appreciate, like, the Pokemon games where your parents actually, like, matter just a little bit. Like, in Ruby and Sapphire, the fifth gym leader, Norman, is your dad. I say that. I'm pretty sure that was the case in, like, the manga and anime. No, yeah, it's true in the games as well. Yeah. And credit where credit is due, they managed to find a way to make a normal type gym leader a legitimate threat. Because his team is like what was it? Yeah. Slacking, Vigoroth, Slacking. And Slacking is, like, kind of a disgustingly powerful Pokemon that is balanced by the fact that it has Truant, which means it can only attack once every other turn.
Mm-hmm.
But when it does, it will kill you.
Shout out to the one person I know who once mispronounced it as Slaking, having seemingly never heard it said out loud.
Yeah.
And I don't think they were doing it like, Yas, King, Slay. Like, I think they were just legitimately, like, bad at reading.
I mean, that's kind of the funny thing with Pokemon, right? Is I think everyone who has ever interacted with Pokemon has at least one Pokemon that they've pronounced incorrectly their entire life. And for me, it's Fanpy.
Is it Fanfi?
No, it's Fanpy, but I've said Fanphy for years because I assumed that it was Phanphy, but there's no second PH. It's PY, so it's Fanpy.
Mm-hmm. I guess, like, there's no such thing as a canon pronunciation until, like, the anime comes out. Specifically, I guess, like, the dub of the language we're speaking.
Yeah.
Because, like, Pokemon do have different names in different languages, if you didn't know. So, like, you know, shout out to German Geodude, aka Kleinstein.
Little Rock. Or I guess this joke's a bit of a reach, but see also Braun Breaker.
Yes, that is a bit of a reach. But yeah, like until like your local dub of the anime says it, there isn't a hard canonical pronunciation. And they're thinking, well, there is the other media. The other media does get it wrong sometimes. Like, I think it's Pokemon Stadium 2, one of those games. Scizor is in those games, and the announcer doggedly and adamantly insists on pronouncing it Skyzor. An offering, yes. The crawler makes an offering to us. Rare bloom, tiny and pure. No god though, no godline, no godliness. But still. What does crawler ask for in return? To touch our thick gleaming hide, to see the exquisite face beneath our mask? Such strange prayers. No, no. Crawler presumes too much. The gift is ours, kept by us. But our mysteries will be preserved. Cool, bud. Yeah, this flower delivery, we won't see how, but it is legitimately relevant to our ending.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something you need to do in order to get the best possible ending.
You know, speaking of Pokemon, I can go for a new Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game.
Yeah, when was the last one of those?
There was like a remake of Red Rescue Team on Switch 1. But that's the best I can think of.
Here we go. So, okay. Got that set up. Time for third Pantheon. Pantheon of the Sage. And we are once again nail binding.
Yeah, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX in 2020.
Lowly brute, blindest of worms. Again thee challenge the gods? What divine whim has granted thee the strength to endure the presence where none others may stand? Fight then, struggle then, and keenly shall we listen for thy destruction. Hive Knight.
In retrospect, I think Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team may have been the first roguelike I ever played.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also like a more literal roguelike in that it is like the game Rogue. Like the top-down dungeon crawl and stuff. Huh, I never thought about it like that, actually. Oh. Look at having a realization live on camera.
It's good of you to experience some reality after those hallucinations.
Yeah. I think we've talked about like chain restaurants before. And, like America loves chain restaurants, but they're far from the only country that has them. Like I'm pretty sure pretty much every country has them.
I could see Liechtenstein maybe not. I don't think you can fit like chain restaurants plural into Liechtenstein. You know, like you might get one if you're lucky.
Yeah, and like obviously lots of places in the world have, you know, the big American ones, your McDonald's, your Subways, your KFCs, your Burger Kings. Like here in the Netherlands, we've got a couple local ones. Off the top of my head, we have Bakwerk.
We have Fabo.
Fabo, yeah. Although calling Fabo a restaurant is dubious.
I mean, the same allegation could be made towards McDonald's.
At least you can sit down at an average McDonald's.
Look, nobody ever said seating is integral to a restaurant experience. At least not until Fable came along.
We have... I've only ever heard of Taco Mundo in the Netherlands, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is foreign.
You have the power to the throne.
I do.
Okay, come with me on this journey. It's a silly one, but I think technically it counts. If you squint a little, IKEA is technically a chain restaurant.
It is a department store with a food court.
What? It has seating. I thought that was, critical to your restaurant experience. Like, you can go to the IKEA and just eat there and not buy a single thing from the furniture.
No, Taco Mundo is Dutch.
You can tell from the... And the... it's only, what, the 5th time we fought an incarnation of Grim?
I think 4th on stream. Trying to think of more Dutch chain restaurants. La Place?
Mm-hmm.
I know it has a French name, obviously.
It might be, like, originally Belgian. But we do have La Place here, definitely.
It is also Dutch.
Mm-hmm.
It started in the Netherlands, but has since expanded to include Denmark, Germany, France, Indonesia, Austria, Spain, and the United States. I would accept Van der Valk a lot quicker than I would accept IKEA. Because, like, you can just go to the restaurant, but it is more a hotel chain than it is a restaurant. It's just hotels often have restaurants. At least big ones do. I guess I could go back and play, to go to a previous point, I could go back and play Pokemon Red Rescue Team, because it is on NSO, but that's not the best one. And also, I had it on the original cart.
Villagers over more just actually terrifying, beautiful, powerful, great prince soaked. That was almost
Truly
intelligible.
the Christian Cage of this game.
It really is.
But also, like, in my memory, that game was just, like, there were parts about it that were really cool and fun, but it was also just so grindy. Which is the main reason I never finished it. But I think, like, Sky and Darkness are supposed to be, like, the best ones. And this just goes more into my, like, give me DS and 3DS games on Switch already, you cowards. Like, I know it obviously takes a little more work because of the dual screen stuff, and also touchscreen, which is going to be hard to replicate for people playing in dock mode. But, like, please. If for no other reason than just I want to play Kid Icarus Uprising with good controls.
So yeah, that was the first one of these where I was like, man, I am missing that nail upgrade, because, like, so it's hard. So it's hard to read.
Biblically accurate jellyfish.
It doesn't have 7 eyes and 7 wings.
Not that you can see.
We can see all of it here. It's a jellyfish.
I did watch a really interesting video about, like, a sort of recently discovered species of jellyfish. Or not recently discovered, because we've been aware of their existence for a long time, but recently a lot more well-documented species of jellyfish. Because they live like very far down, it's hard to get actual like footage of them, and any like specimens we have of them are juveniles. Like, we've never found a legit specimen of an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn. I'm also wrong. It was a squid, not a jellyfish.
That's very yes.
Yeah.
That's not even, like, jellyfish aren't even cephalopods. What are you doing?
I think it's called the the large fin squid. The big fin squid. I was right the first time.
Big fin? They're squids. They don't have fins. That's my understanding. But...
Well, they have, like, the little flaps on their heads. You know? Those are fins.
I suppose, yeah.
And this one just has really large fins and also really, really long tentacles.
Alright. Are these the ones that, like, get into fights with blue whales?
No.
Alright, those are giants. Thou art
Yeah.
painfully persistent. Why dost thou defile this pantheon with thine presence? Seek ye glory, O vain one? Thou misunderstand our purpose. Through ritual combat are we attuned to the voices of the gods. Ever higher do they lead us, higher and higher and higher, until through godly focus do we attain communion with that great power sleeping in the kingdom's heart. Alright. I'm not really seeing you do a lot of fighting. I'm just saying. It's so good.
Nice.
We're not done.
The fake out is so... I do really like the trope of, like, the shopkeeper is actually a secret badass.
Yeah, if you're ever wondering why, like, where Hades got that idea from.
I mean, people have been doing it in Dungeons and Dragons forever. Like, the shopkeeper is actually a retired adventurer who secretly has, like, super powerful sword or something.
Mm-hmm. 1414. Nice time. All right.
Also, the shopkeeper in, was it Spelunky? Like, if you try to rob him, he pulls out a shotgun and just absolutely turns you into hamburger.
Yeah, do not mess with that shopkeeper. So, okay. Lock has been released. Let's see if we can actually do this one, or if we have a date with a certain somebody first. Nope. We will not need to go to the Temple of the Black Egg, because this Pantheon is available right now.
Okay.
It would take about 15 minutes, assuming I get it. We can do that, I think.
Yeah.
All right. And that will not be the end of the stream, because of this series, I should say. But it would set us up very nicely for next time to be the last time.
Okay.
So I'm going to do my nail binding, and I'm going to wish that I didn't, but it has to happen at some point. Actually, just for the sake of ending this one on a more reliable, satisfactory note, I will do the nail on this one off camera in between now and next time.
Okay.
Because this Pantheon, the Pantheon of the Night, does not mess around. The messing has officially ceased. O gods of Hallownest, graciously thee open the way to this greatest of pantheons. Thy voices grow closer, thy resonance draws us ever higher. Pray will we, attune will we, until that spark of divine light shines from the deepest darkness.
God damn. This is already, like, really picked up. Oh my god. Double damage, baby. Hi, Slackman. How you doing? We're about to... We just started the
Pantheon of the Night. Yep.
boss rush at the end of the game. Not that it's, like, especially relevant to how this is proceeding, but we did do this whole playthrough with a randomizer mod.
We're at the very tail end of that now, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, I have faith in your ability to do it, but God, even these first 2 fights are like having to do this without an upgraded nail. Good God.
I've done it. Would not recommend the experience. That one actually
Okay,
went fair.
that was yeah.
Mantis Lord. Let's go. Sorry, Traitor.
I was just about to make a comparison, and I realized that it was a very obvious comparison in retrospect. Because the way this the Traitor Lord does the normal normal spinning forward charge. It's very dual blades on Monster Hunter.
Good. All right, back up to full health.
Hell yeah.
Boy.
My boy.
Shouldn't have healed there. That was a mistake.
Yup. I love him so much.
Truly the Solaire of this game.
Yeah, you can tell that the person who voice acted him was actually beating their chest while they were doing that line, because they have the weird jumps from it. Yeah. That's dedication to the craft, baby.
All right. We're getting it. See, we're already halfway through. Let's go. Hang on. I'm just looking at OBS and I'm not getting audio for the game. We had it at the start, so I know we didn't. Yeah, let's see.
I'm hearing it on stream.
That's good. Oh, sorry. I was looking at the wrong bar for a sec. I got very scared for a sec. Yeah. I should rename that at some points for less confusion. But yeah.
Because what bar is that?
The bar that was being extremely quiet was Discord, because you weren't talking, and I was like, application audio capture isn't showing anything. Help! But no. All right, crisis averted. Let's go do the back half of this Pantheon. Failed champion. Quickly take advantage of the fact that his corpse sticks around longer than it should, being top of on soul. Because we're in for a rough time. Hey, Markov.
Oh, yay! Your favorite boss!
They are mine.
I wonder, not to be the, like, thing I like but tabletop game guy, but I wonder if there's, like, a reskin of Mouse Guard you could do, where instead of about mice, it's about insects.
I'm sure.
Do, like, Hollow Knight kind of things.
Okay. By Markov standards, that went fine. I'm genuinely not even mad about that.
Yeah, it went quickly, but you did take a lot of damage, which is, I think, the Markov experience.
Costs. No, like, I know your brain wants to say V, but it's TH.
No, I said Markov, I think.
Admittedly, I have distractions going on, but yeah.
We'll go to the footage. I did rewatch the Best of the Worst Spotlight episode on Hollywood Cop recently, which has some of the most fun I think anyone has ever had editing a video to prove that they're right and the person talking is wrong.
Truly one of the great pleasures of life.
Yeah. God, it even reminded me of the most recent Loading Ready Run stream highlights. I don't know if you've watched it yet.
Not yet. Yes.
There is a moment in there that was very good. Jordan truly is becoming powerful. More powerful, I should say.
I was gonna say, if you live in a world where Jordan isn't powerful already, I don't think you've been living in this one.
Yeah, I spent some time this morning catching up on some LRR stuff. So I watched the most recent panelists. I finished a Friday Night Paper Fight, and I watched the first half of the new Loading Ready Live.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen the latest panelist yet, but I do know that it is the last one of this season.
Yes. It's very good. I'm surprised. So in live, I just finished Face On.
That one I have seen.
That just seems like a fun game to play with friends, to be honest. Like, it's a very classic, like, sort of icebreakery party game.
Alright, back to full health.
And yes, I have now seen RPG or role-playing game. It is very funny that, and this is, I assume, one of the reasons you brought it up, that Kathleen made the exact same comment I did when you told me about the premise. Oh, right, yes. The harder version. I thought the fight was over, but it was me, Dio.
Okay. Got a little missing towards the end, but on the whole, wasn't pretty well. Now we get to the fun part, because this next boss fight I have not had a chance to practice. As you could see earlier in the Hall of Heroes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Show reverence, Omega One. Show fear. Thou approaches a great and terrible god. Though its worldly body be bound and defiled, the glory of its pure form endures. Ruler of this pantheon, its endless power shall attune us to the one greater still, a god of gods. He's not kidding, yeah. Omega One, dost thou imagine thyself the equal of this god? Dost thou imagine thyself made in its image? Thou assume a similar shape, and the deep echo within thee seems familiar. Ah, what thoughts are these? Thou so blasphemies in our mind, wretch. Begone. We pray to God of nothingness silence thee forever. And yeah, what he's saying, not wrong. This is not gonna be the Hollow Knight. This is gonna be harder than the Hollow Knight.
It's him, the Hollow Knight from Hollow Knight.
John
It's
Hollow
John
Knight.
video games. I'm not gonna lie, I did like pop off a little bit when I found the enemy named Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Similar shoutouts to Elden Ring, which has a fantastic example of, oh, this boss music is the music from the main menu. That bodes well.
Yeah.
That's whose theme I've been listening to this entire time.
Yeah. Nicely done on those parries.
Thank you.
Stage 2, I have to assume.
Nope.
Huh. Not bad for your for a boss you haven't practiced against.
Hey, bud. There you go. Technically did that even faster than the last one.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, with those 4 now lit up, we have their 4 emblems here. Oh look, a theme. Here we go. Our hot springs. And next time, we're doing this.
Ah.
Yeah. If you're thinking, so is that like super secret bosses we haven't seen yet? Among other things, but specifically, that is all of them. Every boss
Yep.
fight. Every single one. That's a gauntlet. That's a gauntlet and a half, and it's the main reason you want those blue pips so you can get the bonus health along the way.
Yeah.
Here we go. Now, we are obviously not going to do that right now. Today's stream has gone on long enough, frankly, and even if it hadn't, that takes like 40 minutes at least, and I want to be able to prep by getting more of these blue pips on here. But yeah, you can see we've got 3 down, like 5 more, and we'll open this up. If we go here now into the hall, yeah, we now have options for all of the End Pantheon bosses, and also No Eyes, who we had missed out along the way. The other ones, to quote a wise bug, don't worry about it.
You do understand that that will not, in fact, stop me from worrying about it.
Look, I can't stop you from worrying about it,
Yeah.
but I consider that a skill issue. Alright, so here's the thing. I'm sort of debating right now in my head a little something something, because yeah, I don't want to do the final Pantheon until next time, obviously,
Makes sense.
but also demonstrably right now I cannot practice every boss fight
Yeah.
because we have 3 mystery ones. 2 out of those 3 I'm okay not practicing. I feel confident that I can do them. One of them I would really like to practice, and I think the audience would like me to practice it, because it would not be fun to watch me try again and again, going through like a long list of bosses before you even get to that one. And I think I know how to unlock that boss fight here without going through that giant Mega Pantheon.
Okay.
You want to see the ending of the game?
Sure.
Because, yeah, that particular boss is part of the story. So, if we just go here...
And this will not lock us out of the true ending, right?
No, don't worry. It will not. Check that we got everything. Yeah, alright. And this way we also get to see, like, the Hollow Knight as he is now, so that'll be a nice comparison.
How does it feel to fight the version with training wheels right after the harder one?
He is the easier one, but he's also still meaningfully different. Like, they made a point to make them, like, similar, but not just strictly better.
Yeah.
Case in point, this guy does this.
Which accomplishes... Oh, ew, yucky.
But of course we know the Hollow Knight himself isn't really the threat. The Hollow Knight was built to be a vessel to contain the threat, which is the infection. You know, don't hate the player, hate the game. Hey, bud.
Hell yeah.
So what's inside of the Hollow Knight?
A challenge.
My favorite verb in this game. Smoke me a kipper, I'll be home for breakfast. Let's go.
The aforementioned big moth thing. Though I would like to stop after this fight.
Yes, don't worry. And if I don't get it on this try, I'm not trying it more than once. Like, I think I wouldn't even need to.
Like, the point of doing this is to get it in the practice room.
Exactly, yeah. Which, yeah, it's...
There are no bosses that, without other modifiers, do, like, triple damage, right? It's only ever double?
Correct.
I've definitely seen you, like, Discord stream the harder version of this fight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Alright. That was stage 1.
Now there is no floor. At least the miasma has only 1 damage.
True.
This is a very spectacular fight, even just visually. So, like, again, we're not a story-centered stream, but in the context of the story, the Radiance is like the physical manifestation of the infection, essentially, right?
Yes. He is the light that came to Hallownest and blinded its followers. Here we go. Eat 5 knuckle sandwiches all day long, you absolute bastard.
Speaking of music, you hear on the title screen.
So yeah, that was a pretty good ending. The Radiance is seemingly defeated. I say seemingly, the Radiance is defeated, to be clear, in this ending. Bug Knight doesn't seem to make it, but, clearly knew what he was doing and, had made peace with that, and Hornet is okay. But we're not teasing Silksong. And I need our viewers in, 2026 to understand that for 4,000 days in a row, it was very important to us that we occasionally remind ourselves that Silksong was a thing that would be coming someday.
Yeah.
We needed the occasional bit of Silksong affirmation. And that's why we will be doing the Pantheon of Hallownest next time, because it has the best possible ending, the one that actually sets up the events of Silksong. Yeah, this was, I think, a very productive day.
I'll say.
I'm still confused about the number of eggs involving Gigi. Did we both just hallucinate that, or did the game, shift some things around while we weren't looking? I don't know. But, yeah, we have now done, by my math at least, everything? Literally everything there is to do, besides, getting journal entries for enemies by defeating certain numbers of them.
Yeah.
Which I'm not doing that on camera. Depending on how much time I have between now and next time, I might set that up for next time, just so that we can get that done and we can say we did everything. Although even then, we're not doing everything, but because I'm not doing Mr. Mushroom. But yeah, speaking of next time.
Yeah. That's going to be in 2 weeks, correct? Is what we discussed?
Yes. Sunday, 2 weeks from now, so that would be May 17th. Assuming my calendar is correct.
That's what my calendar says as well.
Woo! So we're either both right or we're both wrong. Either way, I'm in good company.
Yeah.
Congratulations! Well done on achieving this great feat. You persevered and you triumphed. We hope you enjoyed yourself in the world of Hollow Knight. We'll meet again soon on the road ahead.
Yeah.
Soon. I don't think they expected development on Silksong to take quite as long as it did. But I do question soon.
I mean, you can say what you want about how long it took to make Silksong, and a lot of it is fair, but ultimately, based on the snippets of that Bloomberg article by Jason Schreier that I was able to read from social media and also before it got to the paywall, I would much rather a game is made like that than under the specter of horrible crunch.
Yes.
Insomniac.
So yeah, now if we load into this, we should be able to go to God Home and see...
Not Insomniac. Naughty Dog. That's what I was thinking.
There we go. So yeah, now... Is it the one down here? Oh, come on.
Interesting.
All right. So I think what we'll do is between now and next time, I will go through the Pantheon of Hallownest and get to the Radiance and then fail on purpose so that it will get unlocked here. Because apparently you need to find him in the Pantheon in order for it to make sense. In order for the game to unlock him here. I genuinely thought getting him in there would do it.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. not listed. That's a little rude of you, game. Not gonna lie, but okay. Yeah, I'll do that plan. Like, go through the Pantheon, and that won't like unlock anything else. Yeah, that way I can at least practice the Radiance in here, and you know, it's gonna be tough next time because like the Pantheon. Every single boss in it is a boss where you could be like, okay, I've fought and beaten them before. Yeah, but, you know, there's the ebb and flow of do you actually have enough health? Because, you know, I'm going to be losing it over the course of the fight. And there is more than one hot spring for the Pantheon of Hallownest. Like, you do get, I think, 4 pit stops in total. Either 3 or 4. But still, like, a lot of the time you're not going to be going into it with optimal resources and optimal setup. And there's also just the factor of the sheer exhaustion. Like, can you pull it together for 5 minutes while you fight the Radiance? Yeah. Can you pull it together for 45 minutes and then fight the Radiance?
Yeah.
Different question. One that we will answer next time, Sunday, May 17th. If you've enjoyed this, then please feel free to give us a subscribe or a follow, as the case may be. Please support us over on patreon.com/Gamepodular or on ko-fi.com/Gamepodular. Check out our podcasts on Gamepodular.com or youtube.com/@Gamepodular. Check out our Discord, the link to which you can find either coming up soon in the chat or via our website, again, Gamepodular.com. And if you want to check out any VODs or highlights or compilations from our streams, you can find those on youtube.com/@GamepodularStreamsHighlights. Thank you so much. You've been a wonderful audience. And yeah, we'll see you next time for what will be, you know, knock on wood, fingers crossed, the last episode of this series. Hope to see you there. Hope you have a good one. Thank you again for joining me, Hyuga.
Thank you for having me.
And we hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Bye.